Live. This is awesome. We're a minute early, so I will wait till the official 6 o'clock bells. Very happy to be here. Welcome, everyone. Happy Solstice. We're a day late for Solstice, but we're still celebrating. I have my Solstice painting on the wall behind us. I wanted to do this art show outside, but it's getting ready to storm, it looks like. I had a whole Zach Galifianakis between two ferns to set up outside. Oh, my pug is in and she has brought a stick in the house. She knows I'm distracted. We are not allowed sticks in the house. But she's brought one in knowing that I'm not going to yell at her right now. Okay, so welcome everyone. I wanted to say that I'm going to wave here. First of all, this is the first one that I'm doing, the first live art show that I'm doing solo. I don't have my lighting tech guy in the house. I don't have Daniel answering the comments and changing the banners. It's all going to be me. I don't even have my eyebrow maven, so the eyebrows are what they are. But I'm happy to see everyone. And so we're going to start out just talking a little bit about some gift ideas that I have for you. And let's get started. I want to say, if you have any questions or comments, please put them in the comment section, and questions about the art as I go along, I will be glad to answer. So let's get started here. Oh, here we go. So the first thing I want to talk about is our mugs. I've got a bunch of mugs here to show you today. They are all $15, which if you buy them on my site and pay for shipping, it would come to about $19. So you're getting a $4 savings here today on these mugs. The first one I want to show you is Mother Tree. It's a painting that I did. It's in person. This painting is very, it's got a lot of metallics going on. So I have this one upstairs right now, and depending on how the light hits it, it really shows off all the characteristics of the painting. I love these mugs. These are 11-ounce mugs that we're talking about right here. And I just learned a tip from somebody. Let's see. I just learned a tip from a friend of mine that once these mugs get coffee stains on the inside, like they always do, or tea stains, you can use magic eraser, and it's non-toxic and it gets rid of all the stains. So who knew? I have to go through all my mugs now and use the magic eraser on them. But anyway, I have a total of 7 mugs that are officially on my live art show webpage today, and I have 1 extra to show you all as well. So there's 8 total. The great thing about these mugs is that you can buy them, have them on hand, and give them out as gifts. Put some flowers in them. That's what we did for Mother's Day. We set them up with chocolate and flowers, and they're a great thing to have on hand if you want to thank somebody for something that they've done. You know, just have little candies to put in, or a candle, even something. They're just nice to have. So like I said, this one's called Mother Tree. And if you want to order this, I only have 1 of these on hand at this sale price. You'll have to go to my live art show webpage, which is JillAlthouseWood.com/live-art-show. I will be posting that link at the end of the broadcast. So yeah, I'm thinking in my head that I should have been changing it on my Instagram feed to be right there for you. So that's something I'm going to need to do right after the broadcast. I will have that link there. But if you want to go to my website, another thing I forgot to do. See, I don't have my tech people. This is what happens. We're going to have, anyway, it's Jill Althouse-Wood JillAlthouseWood.com/live-art-show for all these items. I've already sold 1 of the items that was on this live art show to one of my collectors, so I won't be showing it today. So you'll get what I have now. And this is the second mug. This is Sognare, which is Italian to dream. And this is one of my favorite pieces, and it shows off so nicely in a bunch of different mediums. But this is a nice mug. But we just got back from Italy in April, and that's why this is not a happy hour art show, because I had so much Campari and wine in Italy. It's time to dry out a little bit. So here we are. That you can find on the website as well. All of these are $15, like I said, down from $19. This one is of the painting that's in the background here. You see that's called Solstice. This one is not actually in my art show as a discounted painting today, but if you're interested in it, message me and let me know and we'll talk. So this is the original. The original's behind me, and you can see the mug. I just love how the light comes through and bounces off the tree. I was trying to make a statement with that, and that's what it's all about, the light this time of year. Happy, happy summer. And speaking of summer, I'm going to have my niece Summer come to visit me this week already. She's 7, and she's going to come visit for camp here. We're going to do a lot of art while she's here. This next mug that I have is called, I should be switching these. See, this is another reason. So we had the Sognare mug. Let me show you that. See, Sognare. And the Solstice mug. And now not that one. Oh, we're missing a mug in there. Okay, this one's called Meditation. Meditation. And you're going to see the original of this later in this broadcast. This is going to be one of the originals that's up for sale. This is kind of a dreamlike rendition of the spot where I like to meditate in Arden Forest. It's in the middle of Naaman's Creek on all these ancient boulders. Naaman's Creek, if you're not familiar with it in Arden, is just filled with boulders. You can hop rock from boulder to boulder for like 300 yards, I think. That's what it feels like to me anyway. My dog loves, I don't know if you can hear that. There's a dog chewing a stick at my feet. So I apologize for those sound effects. All right. Okay, any questions so far? Now we're going to get into a series of mugs. I was doing a mug for Mother's Day in the Ardens. Like I said, mentioned earlier, we had flowers. My next door neighbor is a floral designer, and she designed this beautiful bouquet. And then we have chocolatiers in town who do double spiral chocolate, which I love double spiral chocolate. Someday I'm going to have a live art show that features them. You'll get some double spiral chocolate if you order some art. But I'm not going to be shipping chocolate in the summer months. So that'll have to be for a cooler weather live art show. Anyway, we came up with a collaboration, an Arden collaboration for Mother's Day. And one of the things that I did was practiced on some mugs to see what would look good with the floral arrangement that we had going. So what you're going to see now are some one-offs, one of a kind, that won't be available any other way. These are the only mugs like this. And if you want them or the set of them, this is the only way to get them. And there's only one of them. So this is Tree Ring Mandala A. And it features a lot of green coloring in it. Now, if you know anything about my tree ring mandalas, they're kind of meditative pieces for me to do. And these I've designed on the iPad. I'm learning to do Procreate, and I'm really having a great time with it. But it's a little different animal than painting. But I love just the circular meditation of it. And it just reminds me of time passing, and to remember to focus on what's in front of you now and not worry about it. The years will take care of themselves as they do in a tree. And it's just a beautiful pattern I like, that I love. So there you go. That's Tree Ring Mandala A. Now, Tree Ring Mandala B, it's an more of an emerald green, and it's dark. It's pretty dark. And I thought it would pop against the pink flowers, but then we went with one that had a little bit more color in it than this. Let's see. I'm kind of favoring one camera over the other. It's hard to see with the glare, and I apologize for that. There are pictures on the website that will give you an idea, a better idea of these. But this one has this cute little tree branch going on. I have two different cameras going. I have Facebook and Instagram. So some of them are, as you can see, some of them, my camera angles are different depending on where you're watching. All right, this is Tree Ring Mandala C, and we're getting closer to the one that I used for the final project. This again is one of a kind. And this one had more color in it. So we liked this one for our Mother's Day project. This is Tree Ring Mandala C. Sorry, I keep messing up these banners. Like I said, I need a producer. Tree Ring Mandala C. There we go. This is getting closer to what we wanted in the mug with the flowers. So those are the ones that I have in my live art show page that are available for purchase now. I also ordered a bunch of these for our Mother's Day, and I have some overage on that. So I have a bunch of them left. I don't have these on my live art show page, but if you're interested in this particular one or multiples of it, I have it, and it's showing on my site right now, but I'm going to be taking that down because it's a limited offering. But what we did is combine two of them. We liked the color of the Tree Ring Mandala C, but then we liked the little branch that came off of the B one. So we combined those, and that's kind of process, something that you have to do as a process to see what you like when you're coming up with product. A lot of my products, not all of my paintings work on the mugs. I've tried to pick the ones that look the best on them. On my site, you can order these 11-ounce ones, and I believe there's a larger size too. I think it might be 16 or 18 ounce. I'm not sure about that. I should check, but it's because I don't have any today to show you. But there is a larger size if you wanted to order a more expensive and not the sale ones. You can get a larger mug on my site. So that's it for the mugs. They make, like I said, great gifts and to have on hand, and they're good, just anytime you want to remind yourself a little bit of looking at nature and be here now kind of mentality. So next thing, it's another item which is great for this time of year. And that is, we have a tote bag. This tote bag is a great size for the beach. You can put, or the pool, I would say. You can put a towel in here. You can put a snack and some sunscreen, a book, and kind of like that. I have 3 different sizes of tote bags available on my website. I have a 13 by 13, which is a smaller size than this. This size is 16 by 16, and then I think there's an 18 by 18 is the largest one. It might be even larger than that. It might be 20 by 20. This is the medium size, and it's probably, I feel like it's the most versatile. The larger size is nice for yoga, things like that. But this is a painting called Conduit, and it's an Instagram. I don't know if she's an influencer, but her name is Chubby Wubby on Instagram if you want to check her out. And I've been in conversation with her because I just found this. I was looking for women doing yoga in the woods, and I found this picture online, and I decided to paint it. I just loved it, and my daughter loved it so much that she bought the original. So I think that's cool. She's just calling down the energy from the heavens through her, through the stream, or maybe it's the opposite. Maybe she's calling up the energy from the stream and releasing it to the heavens. But I just like the way that it speaks to energy and in the natural world, and it's truly one of my favorites. I say that about a lot of things. I do. I have a lot of favorite children paintings. I won't tell you which ones I don't like, but this one, this one's pretty special. And the other interesting thing is I made a mandala shoot out of her fingers. I just saw that as the energy, the 5 fingers shooting energy out. And I didn't realize, but Chubby Wubby she creates mandalas. And I found that out after I painted the painting, that she has a whole channel where she sells mandala paintings. So it was kind of little woo woo when I found that out. But I sent her a print of this, and she loves it. So that's this particular tote bag. Like I said, I have a whole lot of other tote bags available on my website. Oh, the price. Let's see. Sorry about that. And my banner's off again. The price on this one, if you want, I didn't wear my glasses because they got that blue tint to them. When they reflect back, they look kind of funny on screen. Anyway, this tote bag is normally $36 with the shipping, and I'm gonna give you this for $30. So go ahead on my live art page and select this. I will have that. I will put the live art page up in my menu of pages at the top. I was going to do that before this show, but I forgot. So that's one thing I need to do, as well as put it up in my Instagram bio. So after the show, I will go on Instagram and put the page to the live art show deals on my Instagram bio, and I will also update it on my website so you can look across the top and just click on the drop down menu for the live art show deals. That brings us to a sip of water. All right, next up, we're going to talk about prints. I have a bunch of prints here, and we're going to start off with meditation. Oh, that says the crystal. Crystal just said, just for my information, the bag says $10. Again, I need an assistant. Thank you, Crystal. No, the price is not $10. I saw that earlier and wanted to fix that, and I didn't. So the bag is $30. Thank you, Crystal. Okay, glad to know you're paying attention. All right, now this is an open edition print of my painting meditation, which you will see in a few minutes, the original. And this is the one that I said was kind of a fanciful look at the place where I sit and meditate in the forest. There's a lot of really good rocks to sit on and meditate in Arden. So this one is 8 inches by 10 inches. It's a G clay on watercolor paper. It's archival. It'll last forever. Now my pug is snorting. Just excuse those noises. Sorry. And yeah, it's 10 by 8. What else can I tell you about it? The price is, this is normally a $50, and I'm going to send it to you for $40. So let me know if you want this print. All right. Next print is another open edition print. This one is Signare. And this is, so many people have different imaginings of what this is actually a picture of. I'll tell you what I painted, but you can think, like, somebody thought it was canoes, something like that. Kind of looks like that. What it actually is the surface of water reflecting trees, and then down through the surface of the water, you see the boulders lying underneath the water. So it's kind of an optical illusion. It's also abstracted. So it doesn't matter if you think it looks like something else. To me, it looks like a dream, you know, something, images and colors that might come to you in a dream and kind of ease your mind. It's a very soothing painting to look at, and it looks great on all wall colors. I have never seen this look bad on a wall. It's really interesting how different color walls and really bring out this different colors in this painting. So I don't think there's a bad choice for wall colors on this one. This one, let me see, got my glasses if I can figure this out, is, and I have the wrong thing up again. There we go. It's $110 down from $127.50. So this is also, all my prints are G Clay on watercolor paper. It's just archival. It's the way to go. They will last forever. And like I said, this one is open edition. Oh, size-wise, let me tell you the size on this. This one's 24 by 18. So it's a nice size. All right, now we're going to the deep dive into the vault. And by that, I mean that we have some limited edition prints. These I only made like 15 copies of. I have the original of this one. And I also apologize, I have these in plastic sleeves. It's a little, I don't want to take them out because it's a little cumbersome, and I just don't want to handle them if I can help it. So what we've got here is, this one is called Sleeping Ballerina. Let's change my banner. And this one is limited edition. So this one is, all right, Frida, it's okay. This one is 20 inches by 15 inches. Normally it's 145 because it is limited edition. It's a signed print. I have it that it's 13 out of 250, which is funny because I never printed 250. I only printed 15 of them, and I only have a couple left. I do have the original. I could end up printing more if I wanted to, but I don't think I will be doing that. So this is a very limited run of this. It's Sleeping Ballerina. This one was done with latex and ceramic paint, and it has so much texture to it. I don't know if you can see all the texture through the plastic, but this is a very textured painting. I painted the figure of the sleeping ballerina first, and then I took this very, very textured paint and I put it over as the tulle, and I actually pressed tulle into the paint itself and pulled it away to give it even more texture. I was afraid that I was going to ruin the whole painting by doing this, but I think it turned out very well. And it's kind of a little moody, a little dark, but there's a calmness to it. Very human. All right, so there we go. This one's 125. Now, if I ship these to you, I'll be shipping them in a tube, which is fine. That works well for shipping these. Now, this next one has a bit of a story. It's from the same series. Series was done in 2007, and these are my daughter when she was dancing, a young dancer at, I think she was like 7 years old when I got the photographs that I took from this. She might have been like 7 to 9 years old. This was her first dance recital. Everybody that's danced remembers your first dance recital, the first costume you got to wear. And I just love the graphic nature of it. Now we're eating more sticks on the floor. So this one, I don't know if you can, how much detail you can see. You'll be able to see, you see the reflection of everything that's going on my computer. I'll stand back a little bit, maybe get it. This one sold. Um, again, this is um, this is called Little Dancer. This is also $125. I do not have the original of this anymore because it's sold. So there is no more chance of, and I can't find the files that we photographed this of. I'm devastated. I've been kind of looking through all my old computers, trying to get my tech guy on it to try to find the original of this, because I would love to be able to print more of these, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So it's a very, very limited edition. I only have a few left. I'll save like one or two maybe for Marin. But the story behind this is this painting sold, and it's sold to a woman in Lancaster County who is a wealthy collector of art. And she saw this, it was in a gallery downtown Lancaster, and she bought it. And I was thrilled because it was my first piece that ever sold in a gallery. So I was thrilled. But a few years later, the woman died. So I have no idea where the painting ended up. But like I said, she was a wealthy art collector, and her home, Lady Gaga was dating Taylor Kinney, who is from Lancaster County, and they were engaged and they were looking at properties in Lancaster. So the rumor is that this was one of the houses, her house was one of the houses that Lady Gaga and Taylor Kinney toured. And so in my head, I'm always thinking, I have this story mapped out in my head that Lady Gaga was touring this house, and she didn't buy the house. She didn't marry Taylor Kinney, but she saw this painting and fell in love with it and bought the painting. And now it's hanging in one of Lady Gaga's houses. I mean, that's just my fantasy in my head, but it's the story that I'm sticking with. And as far as I'm concerned, I think Lady Gaga would love this one. So anyway, there you go. You can have it. You can have a print of it and pretend along with me. Like I said, this is the same. This one is 15 inches by 20 inches. It's also G-clay on watercolor paper and very limited edition. So this one's $125 down from $145. And that brings me to the originals. I have 5 originals for you today, 3 small ones and 2 larger ones. We've got 3 from my series, my boxed in series. My boxed in series was a series of 8x8 acrylic paintings on canvas. And they came out of COVID when I was living in this small house with 4 adults, and they were all home all the time. Nobody went to work. Nobody went to school. I'm used to having my days to myself, and I'm used to being able to go places and go to the gym, do things like that. And there was no doing that. Everybody was living here. So I was feeling like kind of hemmed in. So I did this series of square paintings where I imagined women inside the box for some reason. And some of them were like more like feeling caved in. And the 3 that I'm going to show you today are actually more expansive. They're not so much of the feeling that the walls are closing in. These are the ones that I did in response to that, like, okay, how can I think about this in a better way? So the first painting is called Tout le monde, which is French for all the world. And it's a pregnant woman sitting in an open goddess pose, probably getting her muscles ready to give birth, and in that nice squatting position. And, the thought is, well, who's going to buy a picture of a pregnant lady standing like this? But to me, this says all the world. Like, I was living in a house with my family, and I was never going to get this chance again to live with my adult children all under the roof, these children that I gave birth to, and it just made me feel like kind of an earth mother for a little bit. Like I need to really lean into this and appreciate what we've got going on. So this one, and let's move on to Tout le Monde. This original is 125. I'm selling it for 90. 8x8 acrylic on canvas. Another one in that same series, Crystal. Thank you, Crystal. She says gorgeous. Another one in this series, and let's see, Surrender. And this one's another, you can see I like yoga poses because there's kind of a story in each yoga pose anyway. And I like to paint women in active, strong poses. This one's called Surrender. And I didn't realize that some of these poses were about surrender when I was doing yoga. And now that I do know that they are about surrender, I think about them every time I do like a forward fold or a pigeon pose. They're all about accepting what is. So this to me is, and I cut her off intentionally, the top of her, because that was part of the boxed in series, is that I was cutting people off because they were in spaces that were too small for them. So she's in a space that's too small for her, but she's leaning into it. She's moving down. She's accepting it. So this is, again, Surrender. It's got a little bit of a metallic sheen. I don't know if you can see that. All the paintings in this series have a little bit of an metallic sheen, which is kind of cool because it changes when you walk around it, and it changes when the light is on it. So this one is also $90, down from $125. These prices, I think I'm going to run them through the weekend. So, but they are first come, first serve. There's only one of these. So if you are interested in any of these, you need to act now. And okay, this one is my favorite from the series. I almost didn't put it up for sale. I'm almost thinking about keeping it. And I always have to tell myself, you painted it once, you could probably paint it again if it's that important to you. But this one is called I Am. And, the Wonder Woman pose that everybody talks about, like you get in the Wonder Woman pose, kind of superhero pose, and it makes you feel better. This is like that pose, but times 10. Like I can just imagine you're standing like this and feeling the sun coming down, and just accepting all the light that's coming at you. So it's hard. I've got two cameras, and one of them is always in glare, and one of them not always showing. There we go. That's good on Facebook, and this is good for Instagram. So we got that, and there's some luminosity to it, and kind of some transparency to here going as well. And this was, I think, one of the last paintings I painted in the series, and it was telling me that I was getting to a place. Art is therapy, isn't it? And I felt like this series, I just worked through everything from the earlier ones where all the figures are like kind of crouched and kind of a little bit miserable. But this one is opening, accepting, taking it all in. All right, so now we've got two final paintings to show you. Wow, 6:34, time flies. Hi, Linda. Okay, so our last two paintings are also originals. These are from the Altarpiece series. And as I promised you, meditation, the one that I showed you in the mug and also in the print, I've got in an original painting. This is acrylic on canvas. It's ready to hang, as were the other ones. The other ones were ready to hang as well. Everything comes. They have a nice 1.5-inch profile. This one has a wooden frame around it. So it's really ready to go. Meditation, and it's $685 down from $980. Acrylic on canvas. It measures 30 by 24 inches. And like I said, it has a 1.5-inch profile. This one is from my series called Altar Pieces, which I took forest scenes and I rendered them kind of like church altar pieces, because this is where I spend my Sundays. This is where I spend my Sabbath, going hiking with my hiking crew. So it does feel a little bit religious to me, spiritual. This one has hues of kind of mauves and corals with grays, and kind of not your average forest colors, not the green that you see behind you in the Solstice. This has kind of a more of a dreamlike quality to it, more dawn or dusk, kind of the bluey colors that are coming out. Actually, they're warm, more warm. But you see the boulders and then the reflective white of the stream. So that is meditation. And the final piece that I have to show you is the same size, and it's from the same series, also done acrylic on canvas. And this one is called Witness. And people who live in Arden might recognize these two boulders that are on the path in Arden. I hesitate to show this on camera sometimes because it just is so much more interesting in person. I don't know that you can see it with the glare, but there is a lot of texture going on there. And if you go on my website and look up Witness, you might be able to zoom in and see the texture on this rock. It really shows up a lot better in person. But this is these two rocks that just stand there, and people walk by them all the time in Arden. They have like such a majestic feel to them, and I just wonder what they've seen, through the years. Definitely been there a lot longer than Arden's been there. So let me hold this up a little bit. Is there any questions? I guess I need to check that too. This is my site where you can look at all of these. That last one was also the same price. It was $685 down from $980. That's for original works of art. You price them out and see. That's a pretty good deal. And because you're all here, I'm going to give you a little heads up that I am going to be running an original art sale next month. Hopefully, if I get my act together, I might do a preview with a live art show before it happens. But I'm going to put originals, and I have more originals to put on my site than I have right now. So I need to photograph them, get them up. There's a bit of tasks that I have to do for that. But in the meantime, this sale will probably run through Sunday. If there's anything you want, get it now, because like I said, the things that I'm showing you now are only one-offs, especially those limited edition mugs. Actually, those 4 tree ring mugs that I have there would make a nice set. They're each a little different. Think about it. And also let me know, talk to me if you want to. Hi, Erica. Talk to me if you want, have any ideas for future live art shows, because we've got a lot going on. And if you missed part of this or you missed some of it, I know I'm finishing up now. You can watch the replay. I'll put that on my website as well. And I'll put that on the live art show page, hopefully. And also Instagram and Facebook. So this has been great. Thank you all for being here. And I look forward to the next one.